Okay, open your books at page 363 if you have your books with you. If you don't have, you can follow from my screen.
Teacher,
Yes, please.
teacher, I have a question.
What was your question? What is
Is
your question?
175 included in the quiz?
I cannot hear you. You are so far away from your mic.
Is 175 included in the quiz?
Yeah, but we did not cover it, so I did not. There was no question from page 176 in the quiz.
76? I asked about 75.
Huh?
I asked about 75.
75. It was in the quiz. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start, please. So our course today is From Silent Spring by Rachel Carson. And the essential question of today, what effects do people have on the environment? So from the essential question, you can guess what the course is going to be about. So what do you think the lesson will be about today? Basing your guesses on the essential question. Yes, please.
I think it is about to be about the environment.
Excellent. So it is about the environment. So we have Silent Spring, and we have environment. The word environment in the essence is in the essential question. So when I say Silent Spring, so what does this evoke, or what does this make you think about?
That there is nobody there.
Nice. There is nobody there. Normally, how is spring, or how does spring look like?
Looks happy.
Excellent. Normally, spring is happy, is full of
Energy.
enchantment, birds, flowers. But this one is different. It is a silent spring. So we are going to know why this spring is silent. Why is it different from the normal or the norms?
It is silent because Corona.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, Corona is some kind of blight that is prevailing nowadays. Okay, so let's start. Please, I need someone to read the background, and we need to move fast because, as you see, we have so many slides that we should go through.
Can you read, teacher?
Sure.
Pesticides are chemical compounds designed to destroy crop-eating insects. Pesticides can be deadly to many species, including humans.
Yes, please.
In addition to the insects and other pets, they are intended to kill. In 1962, Rachel Carson published Silent Spring, with revealed to the public the dangers of DDT. What does it mean, teacher?
It is a chemical pesticide or a chemical substance that is devoted for killing insects. It's called DDT.
Okay. A pesticide, when used at the time, the teacher, wait a minute.
You cannot see?
لا أنا لازم أزود من نفسي.
Teacher, can I ask an important question?
Hold on until he finishes reading, please.
The awareness received by Silent Spring eventually led the United States to ban DDT. Entirely in 1972, the experiment comes from the opening pages of the book.
Thank you so much. First, Abd Karim, or someone who wants to ask me a question. Who is it? Hello? First, Abd Karim.
It was Salman, I think.
Okay, Salman, أبو اثنين.
Teacher, 173 and 74. What did the vocab about
173 and 74. Only
Yeah,
74.
what's the problem with the pages?
How
I cannot hear you. I'm terribly sorry.
Teacher,
173 and 74. It was us in the exam, and we don't have pages about it. I didn't study.
I have sent the book. Sorry, I have sent the book, and I have also uploaded the whole lecture, the online lecture on Classera. And I uploaded also the PDF
cheese. I
for
only eat
the
cheese.
writing code on Classera. So
أنا بس أكل
you don't have any excuse.
When last time you ate cheese? I don't eat cheese. You didn't
Okay,
I don't remember. So.
let's carry on, please. Someone to read the next part, paragraph 1.
teacher, can I read?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm Mahmoud.
I don't want
Mahmoud.
to push my
Yes, yes.
child
Okay.
to get
He,
injections for
there
diarrhea of the
was
stomach.
once a child in the hill of America, where all life seemed
Dates, right?
to live
This is
in
hard for his tummy.
harmony with its surroundings. The town lies in the midst of a checkerboard of
Because his body destroyed because he
Prosperous farms.
prosperous farms
they don't
with
use.
with fields
What he wants
uh,
is
Of grain.
of grains and hillsides of
cheese.
our
Egg with
our
butter,
orchard.
jam with butter, Nutella with butter,
Teacher,
Nutella with cheese.
Yes,
teacher,
please.
Not
yes.
always Nutella,
Okay,
There is
Nutella.
where
much noise, please, in the
Doesn't know what
background.
will
If there
happen.
is someone who has a TV
فيصل تغير حط ميوت فيصل تغير
he
teacher
must switch it off.
teacher حط
Don't
عطنا الميوت
advise. You
كلنا
are
وحنا
order. You
بنفتح
are the
لأن
boss
عنده
here.
إزعاج.
Yeah, there is much noise.
طيب أنا بكمل
أستاذ
البرنامج.
عطنا
That's
الميوت
right.
حنا كلنا.
If he asks
Wait.
وحنا نقدر
Nutella,
نفتح.
Wait a
I
minute,
want to
please.
read.
take the Nutella to
I
the room.
want to read, teacher.
You are the boss here. You are not the DS. Don't advise. Because he and he did not realize what will happen in the future.
Yes, Mahmoud, can you carry on reading, please?
Okay. Our charts were in spring. White clouds of bloom drifted about the green fields in autumn. Autumn
In autumn,
in autumn, oak and maple and birch set up a blaze of color that flamed and flickered across a backdrop of pines,
pines.
then focused
Bark.
barked in the hills, and deer
Silently cross the fields.
silently crossed the field, half hiding in the
Half hidden.
half hidden in the mist of the fall mornings.
Morning. Thank you so much. Mohammed Shawi. Mohammed.
Hello, teacher.
Yes, paragraph 2, please. Can you read?
Okay, along the roads, laurel, viper, and alder, great ferns and wildflowers delighted the traveler's eyes. Teacher, there is noise.
I muted everybody. They don't know what happened. Yes, please. Mohammed, carry on.
the travelers' eye through much of the year. Even in winter, the roadsides were places of beauty where countless birds came to feed on the berries and on the seed heads of the dried weeds rising above the snow. The countryside was, in fact, famous for the abundance and variety
For the abundance and variety.
of its bird life. And when the flood of migrants was pouring through in spring and fall, people traveled from great distances to observe them. Others came to fish the streams which flowed clear and cold out of the
Yes, please. Out of
hills
there.
and contained shady pools where trout lay. So it had been from the days many years ago when the first settlers raised their houses, sank their wells, and built their barns.
Excellent. Abdul Majid Kalantan, paragraph 3.
Then a strange blight crept over the area and everything began to change. Some evil spell had settled on the community. Mysterious maladies swept the flocks of chickens, the cattle and sheep sickened and died. Everywhere was a shadow of death. The farmers spoke of much illness among their families in the town. The doctors had become more and more puzzled by new kinds of sickness appearing among their patients. There had been several sickness, sudden and unexplained death, not only among adults but even among children who would be stricken suddenly while at play and die within a few hours.
Thank you so much. Okay, before we move on, so I want to draw your attention to paragraph 2 and 3. So if you make a comparison between the two paragraphs, first of all, here, as you see on the right of the slide, it says in paragraph 2, mark details the author uses to describe the town. Can you go through the paragraph and tell me about certain expressions that shows the beauty and the rich nature or rich environment of the town that the writer or that the author is describing? The paragraph is in front of you. Where is Muhammad Khalifa? Muhammad Khalifa. Okay, so it says along the roads, laurel, viburnum, and elder, great ferns and wildflowers delighted the traveler's eye. It means that when someone passes by, he's going to be fascinated by the shrubs and by the bushes, etc. that are there. So it is something, I mean, it is a very nice scenery. So where everything is green, where there are trees, flowers. So even in winter, the roadsides were places of beauty, where countless birds came to feed on the berries and on the seeds, heads of the dried weeds rising above the snow. So here, the author is giving us a very nice scenery, a very beautiful image of a countryside that is very fantastic, whether it is during normal days or in winter. There are trees, there are birds, flowers, etc. So here in paragraph 2, so the writer gives us a very good image. However, look at paragraph number 3 now. How does this change? So then a strange blight crept over the area. What happened here? Does the author carry on giving us the same kind of image that she was describing in the second paragraph? Are you there? Do you hear me? Anyone to confirm that you can hear me?
Me,
hear
teacher. We hear
Yes, we
you.
can hear you.
Why are you so silent? As if there is a blind.
Because it's a silent spring, so we have to be silent.
Yeah, Muhammad Khalifa,
Yes?
I have been calling you.
Yes, I got out. There was a problem with my device.
Okay, so look at the third paragraph. It says, then a strange blight. And even the words, I highlighted them. I put them in a different color. So then a strange blight. Then we have evil spell. Then we have mysterious melodies, sick and died, much illness. So can you compare between the two paragraphs? The first one, how is the image in the second paragraph? Was it a calm, quiet image, or an image which is full of life and vivacity?
Full
Hello?
of vivacity.
It is vivid. It was a vivid image. Then suddenly there was a strange blight, like some evil spell, mysterious melodies, and as this you see here. So I need someone to read the words that are at the right side of the slide.
Me, teacher.
Who is it?
Hamid Khayr.
What is Majid? What is Majid?
Here.
Yeah, Majid, can you read please the words and their explanations?
Annotate in paragraph 2. Mark details
No.
the author uses.
Majid,
Slide show.
you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, read the black
Blight.
box.
Something that spoils, prevents growth, or destroys.
Mhm.
Maladies.
Melodies.
Illnesses or diseases. Puzzled. Confused and unable to understand something. Stricken. Very badly affected by trouble or illness.
Excellent. So here, did the author prepare us as readers for the sudden change that occurred, or that shifted, or that makes the situation shift from paragraph 2 to paragraph 3? Was there any smooth transition from paragraph 2 to paragraph 3, or there was a sudden drastic one?
Teacher, what do you mean by that?
I mean, did the author prepares us as readers to expect or to wait for this change, or suddenly everything has changed?
Suddenly.
Yeah, because in the second paragraph, there was a very nice expression. So the author was emphasizing the beauty of nature, and everything was nice, everything was good. And suddenly, there was a drastic change for the town and for the people. Why did the author do so? Why did she choose to suddenly shift from her beautiful description of the area to the blight? Why?
To hook the readers.
Nice, to hook the reader and to put emphasis upon what?
Upon the story.
Not upon the story, but she wants to put emphasis upon the fact that neither her nor the people were aware of the change. Because if you are aware of the change, you can do something about it. But if something happens suddenly, so you're not prepared. So she wants to show for us that neither the people, nor the town, nor her were ready for this change. So everything has happened like it was a twitch of an eye. It was very, very fast. So it says here, does the author use two words, or why does the author use two words, everything and everywhere? The ones that are written in blue. If you say everything and everywhere, what does this mean? Is there any exception? Yes, please. Excuse me?
everything he sees, it's everywhere he sees it's in black.
I mean, why did the author uses everything and everywhere? She says, then a strange blight crept over the area and everything began to change. Does this mean that the change occurs only for particular parts or for particular people or for particular creatures?
No.
No, everything.
Yeah, for everything. So she wants to emphasize the fact that the catastrophe is very prevailing. So it covers all aspects of life, everything and everywhere and all areas. Someone to read? The
Me,
box.
teacher.
The box. Yep.
Me.
Yes, please.
The question.
The answer.
The use. Is it me, teacher?
Yes, please.
The use of these words shows the widespread impact of the blight.
Of the blight, and I said that the blight is something that spoils or prevents growth or destroys, like corona nowadays. So corona is a blight. What kind of mood do these words create? These words that are written in red: strange blight, evil spell, mysterious melodies, sickened and died.
Darkness.
Something
Darkness.
mysterious. Something
Mysterious.
mysterious.
Darkness.
What kind of mood? How do you feel about the whole matter?
Darkness.
You feel dark when you read these words?
MashaAllah, yes, sir.
Huh?
Sad.
You feel sad. You feel that there is something bad happening.
You feel
this
scared.
Yes.
Creates a sense of destruction and despair. You feel pity for what is going on. Okay, someone to read paragraph 4. Ibrahim Musa.
There was a strange stillness. The birds, for example, had they gone? Many people spoke of them lost and disturbed. The feeding disturbed. The feeding station in the backyard were deserted. The few birds seen anywhere were moribund. They trembled voluntarily and could not fly. It was a spring without voices. On the morning that had once throbbed with the down chorus of ribbons.
Yes, please.
Catbirds, doves, jays, warrens, and crows, and other birds' voices. There was now no sound, only silence lay over the fields and woods and marsh.
And marsh. Thank you so much. Another volunteer, please.
Me, teacher.
Me.
Muhammad.
Knife.
I
After
read.
him,
Who read?
Muhammad Khalifa. Naif al-Nuwaizar.
Okay.
Shadi al-Gharibi.
Okay. On the farms, the hens brooded, but no chicks hatched. The farmers complained that they were unable to raise any pigs. The litters were small, and the young survived only a few days. The apple trees were coming into bloom, but no bees droned among the blossoms. So there were no pollination, and there would be no fruit.
Naif. Thank you so much, Muhammad.
Okay.
You're welcome.
The roadside, once so attractive, were now lined with brown and white
And withered.
vegetation, as though swept by fire. These too were silent, deserted by all living things.
Even the streams were now lifeless. Anglers no longer visited them, for all
England.
the fish that had died.
Yes, please. Shari? I heard the third voice and I thought that it was Mshari. Who wants to read paragraph 7? Where is Rakan Hidan?
Yes, teacher, I'm here, teacher. Mshari.
Mshari, can you read paragraph 7, please?
Okay. And the gutters under the eaves and between the shingles of the roofs. A white grown-up powder still showed a few patches. Some weeks before it had fallen like snow upon the roofs and the lawns, the fields and streams.
Excellent. Paragraph 8, the last one. Who did not read?
Can I read?
Sure. Who are you?
Majid.
Majid, yes, please.
No witchcraft, no enemy action had silenced the rebirth of new life in this stricken world. The people had done it themselves. This town does not actually exist, but it might easily have 1,000 counterparts in America or somewhere else in the world. I know of no community that has experienced all the misfortunes I described. Yet every one of these disasters has actually happened somewhere, and many real communities have already suffered a substantial number of them. A grim specter has crept upon us, almost unnoticed, and this imagined tragedy may easily become a stark reality we all shall know.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your interest, for your concentration. Now, after we have read the paragraphs and we have gone through them, we have answered certain questions about different points. I want from you to tell me about the main idea of this text. What is it talking about exactly? First of all, what is its genre? What is its genre? Is it a fictional one? Is it non-fiction? Is it
Non-fiction.
It is non-fiction. Why is it non-fiction? How can we tell? How can we know? Yes, please.
It's talking about real life.
Excellent,
Yes.
because it's real life. It is something that can happen. So, did it really happen? All these misfortunes that the author is talking about, did they really happen in real life?
No.
No, but they can be. They can happen. Okay, so that's why in the last paragraph she says that actually these disasters or these misfortunes that she described does not mean that or do not mean that they actually happened in real life, but they can be anywhere or elsewhere in the world. So they can be in America, they can be in any part of the world. So what's the use? Why? What was the purpose of the writer talking about something that might happen but did not actually happen in real life? Why? What is the purpose of the writer here from writing this descriptive non-fiction text? To entertain us?
Is he trying to give us knowledge?
Inform us?
Teacher,
inform
try to give us knowledge.
Or to warn us?
To inform. I think.
Who does not
Sorry.
What do you think? Either to inform or to entertain or to warn?
Inform.
Warn. To warn.
To warn us. Very good. To warn us about the dangers. Because who is responsible, in fact, for all these changes that happen?
Humans.
The human being. Very good. So it is the human being or the people had done it themselves, as it is written here, as you see it. The people had done it themselves. So no one else is responsible for what is going on, but it is the human being who is using chemicals, pesticides, etc., that are destructive for the environment and therefore for the human being himself. So here, the concept vocabulary, the words or the lexical items that we have gone through, that we have come across, in order to emphasize your understanding for the words and in order to put them through practice. So here is an activity. Someone to read?
Can I read?
Sure.
From up top.
Yep.
Concept, vocabulary, blight, blight, puzzled, stillness, mildness, stricken, deserted.
Is melodies. Okay, blight, puzzled, stillness, melodies, stricken, and deserted.
There. Correctly complete each sentence using concept vocabulary word. Then identify one synonym or a word with a similar meaning and one antonymy, or with or a word with an opposite meaning for each vocabulary word.
Good.
When she returned home from the musical festival, the woman found the woman found her mildness.
It says when she returned home from the music festival, the woman found of her apartment strange. What did she find exactly? The woman found what? The blight or the puzzle or the stillness or the melody? The stillness, very good. She found the stillness of her apartment strange. Thank you so much, Abdurrahman. Next, please, number 2.
Me, teacher. Nahar.
Who is it? Nahar. Hello, Nahar. Yalla. Number 2.
When the concert hall was deserted, you could hear a pin drop from across the room.
Excellent. When the concert hall was deserted, you could hear a pin drop from across the room. Next, please, number 3.
Me.
Abdul Majid.
After carefully following the recipe, Alfredo was puzzled when the cake came out, the oven hard as rock.
Excellent, Abdul Majid. Puzzle. Yes, please.
The blight destroyed the potato.
The blight destroyed the potato grown in the country. Excellent. Next, please. Number 5.
Me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Common maladies such as cold, flus affect the most people during the winter.
Common what?
Maladies.
Maladies, very good. And of course, the last and the most difficult one. Who is going to do it?
Majid,
Yes, please.
can I read it? Before
Majid?
the return of their lost pet, the family had been deserted with worry and fear.
Are you sure?
No. Stricken?
Sure. Are you sure?
Yes.
Before. Excellent. So it is stricken. So before the return of their lost pet, the family had been stricken with worry and fear. Very good. So now, normally, those words, you should use them in sentences. You can do that at home. You send them on Classera, and I'm going to check them if you want to develop or to improve your use of vocabulary. So today, one of the conventions that we should go through is the use of the subjunctive. The subjunctive, of course, it is not a tense, but we call it a verb mood. So the speakers and writers convey their attitudes toward the action expressed by verbs by using different moods. So we have the indicative mood and the subjunctive mood. Someone to read the difference between them. Where is Ibrahim Thmiri? Where is Azza Al-Amri? And Sultan Al-Amri? And Saud Sdis? And Abdullah Sdis?
Me.
Yes, please. Abdullah? The red ones, the indicative mood. And the subjunctive mood.
The indicative mood is used for statements of fact.
Good,
Fact.
yeah?
By
By
contrast,
contrast,
the subjective mood
the subjunctive.
expresses one
Abdullah, not subjective, it is subjunctive.
subjective.
Subjunctive.
Subjunctive.
Good.
Expresses one of the following. A wish or desire, a condition that is highly unlikely or contrary to fact, a request or demand for action, subjunctive verbs.
Verbs.
Subjunctive verbs are often found in
clauses.
clauses that begin with if, as, thought, or
As though.
that.
It is not thought, this is though. There is no T at the end. So as though or that. Yeah? This chart, so the chart that you are going to find in the following slide share. So it shows situations in which a speaker or writer would use the subjunctive mood. So the chart will make it easier for you to understand. So because we said that the indicative mood, it expresses or used only for the statements of facts. However, the subjunctive, it is used for different or to express different things like a wish or desire, a condition that is highly unlikely or contrary to fact, or a request or demand for action. Someone to read here the chart, please. The indicative mood, and then the subjunctive mood, and what subjunctive expresses in each sentence. Muhammad, show it.
Teacher, can I read?
Yep, sure.
Yes, teacher.
Who wants to read first? Who said it?
Abdurrahman
Abdurrahman Latibi. Muhammad Shawi, I will be back for you later, okay?
Okay, okay.
Latibi?
Indicative mode.
Indicative
mode. Indicative mode. Jill is coming with us. Subjunctive mode. I wish that Jill were coming with us.
And what does the sentence express? If I say, I wish that Jill were coming with us, what does it express? It expresses a wish. So here, pay attention to the use of verb to be with the third person singular. Normally, when I say, I wish that Jill, so normally Jill, wait a minute, please. Normally, Jill is a third person singular, like he, she, it. So Jill, normally I say Jill was. But if it is in a subjunctive form, we cannot say Jill was. I don't say I wish that Jill was coming with us. I say I wish that Jill were coming with us. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to pay attention to verb to be when it is used in the subjunctive form with a third person singular. Yeah, what's your question?
Teacher. Teacher.
Yeah?
Can
Subjunctive mode.
I cannot hear you well. Can you please stop speaking? Kridis, what's your question?
Teacher, it's Mahmoud.
Mahmoud,
can you return to page 386? I want to take a picture for the practical.
A picture?
Yes, I don't take it.
You don't need to take a picture, Mahmoud, because I'm going to send this. I'm going to upload it on Clatera.
How can I enter? I go to the.
You have normally you have your password and you have your login and I mean your username, and you can log in Clatera and you find everything there.
Teacher.
I know, but what I find is
Teacher.
Yes, please.
Teacher, where can I find the answers for the vocab?
Vocab.
The pages for the quiz.
So you remember that we studied them together online, and
Yes.
I also uploaded certain PDF files for answers, and I also uploaded yesterday or the day which was before, I uploaded the videos. I mean, the lectures that we held online, I uploaded them on Classer.
I didn't find them, teacher.
You didn't find anything.
I found only spelling 169, the third quarter,
No, everything is there. No.
and the vocab. I didn't find it. I don't know where can I find it.
Right, just when you go and when you log in, right, go to language arts. I don't know how does it look like exactly in your, because my Coursera is sure it is different from yours. It is not the same one for the student or for the teachers. They are different. But I think all what you need to do is to write the title. So if there is a place where you can search from, you write the title of the course as it is, and you press search, and you will find it. Try it.
Yes,
Try it.
there is a search here. I only can find when I write like vocabulary, nothing.
No, don't write vocabulary. Write the title of the course itself. For example, at page 171, let's say, the title is synonyms. Synonyms. Just write synonyms, and you will find it. Did you try this?
Synonyms. Nothing.
It's really strange. Hold on a minute, please.
Okay.
Hold on. So I will try to show you here. So though we have still only 2 minutes.
Hi, yes, teacher, I found them. I found them.
Okay, congratulations then. So
I found them on March. I searched on April.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, so anyhow, so the period is almost over, so 1 minute left. So we are going to do it with the same course tomorrow, because we have 2 periods of literature. So tomorrow, of course, you have also social studies. We're going to carry on with the same lesson. We are going to answer the questions that we did not deal with today. And I wish you a good day. Take good care of yourself and stay home. Stay safe.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching us. Thank you, teacher, for teaching us.
Welcome.
Thank you, teacher. Only English teacher.